When I say get to know yourself, I mean that in a way that do you know you? Yes, you. Not your name, not your age, your date of birth, how many no's you have. To know yourself is to know your value. Your worth. Your name is not your value. It's your identity. Take Albert Einstein for example. If not for his great contribution to science, nobody will know who Albert Einstein is. Do you know how many newborns were named after Albert Einstein today? Do their names have any impact today as much as the original Einstein did? Just to make a point, your contributions have a much greater value than your name alone.
Subscribe!
I'm going to take you on a journey on how to get to know yourself. Let us start from the very beginning. Knowing yourself means not only knowing your name, your physical self, but the real you. What kind of person you are beneath all that meat, bones and skin. What your talents are. What is your potentials, your intellect, your net worth. In order to improve our personal development, we have to venture deep inside ourselves, looking for solutions that would help us to overcome our limitations and move forward towards realizing our goals. Accepting who you are. For those who believed in God, know that you are God's given gift to this world. For those who doesn't, you're the most fascinating living organism ever created, in the name of science. You are unique, you are special, you are worthy, you have that kind of flair and magic that can never be intimidated. There can never be another version living on this planet that exactly like you. Accepting who you are allows you to tap into your true talents and potentials. Harnessing these two powers would be a great aid in accomplishing your task. Accepting who you are also recognizes our own shortcomings and weaknesses, while continuously rectifying them for personal growth. Before we start, I would like you to count how many times I'm going to say, knowing where you are, for this one particular segment. Ready? Go. Knowing yourself includes knowing where you are now. And, no. When I say, knowing where you are, I didn't meant for you to start checking your map location on your online mobile apps. Knowing where you are is more about you keeping track on the important information about yourself. Your health status, your financial standings, your competences and career growth, as well as your life's journey. Knowing where you are indicates that you are aware of your personal values and not taking yourself for granted. Which makes me wonder, looking at your details, the information regarding your health is nowhere to be found.
I didn't put it in, thinking it's not of a big deal. Compares to earnings and career status.
Knowing where you are also makes it easy for you to do an assessment on your health and financial standings, your takeoff value. Knowing your net worth so you can improve and acquire assets to increase your cash flow. Knowing where you are didn't just stop there, for it could be used as a benchmark to improve your competency levels, in terms of your skills and knowledge, useful for your career growth and personal values. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to count how many times I would say, knowing where you are, for this particular segment. Now, how many did you get? Where do you want to be? Knowing where you are, again, is a stepping stone for our next phase, which is, where do you want to be? Don't bother searching it on your map apps, please. This is where you define what you really want to be in life. Whether it's achieving financial freedom, becoming a well-known rock star, become spiritually enlightened, or spending more quality times with your family while building your investments. Increasing your peak performances at work by maintaining top physiques and improving vitality through better living, good eating habits, regular exercises, and a healthy mind. Oh, which reminds me. Could you pass me your information data that you flashed around earlier?
Sure. What about it?
There. Something for you to reflect upon for your next year's self-assessment. Knowing where you are now, you can apply the concept of time perspectives. That is a way of projecting yourself 10 to 20 years into the future, imagining your preferred lifestyles, so that in this present moment you can devise a plan leaning towards achieving that possibilities. Now that you learned where you are, and what you want, it's time for you to figure out how on earth do you get there. After having a clear definition of goals on what you want to achieve, you must equip yourself with the knowledge, the skills, and the right attitude to get you where you want to be. This includes increasing your streams of incomes, getting involved in a money-back guaranteed investments, such as gaining interest from the amount of money that you saved, understanding the importance of time, and how it relates to your compound returns of investment. To get where we want to be, we need to have the correct mindset, to be committed, almost to the point of an obsession. Or, as our writer chooses to describe it, to the point of paranoia. The most important part is to make sure that your actions is congruent with your goals and vision. Perseverance is key. Make sure not to get distracted by others, into doing the wrong things, or overindulging yourself in tension-relieving activities. Reinventing yourself. Enough is never enough. Life is never static and the world is forever changing. Keep growing and keep improving on what you have done and you have achieved throughout your journey. Before we finish, let me show you the cycle of self-evaluation and improvement using a diagram to better understand the idea behind knowing yourself. There is no destinations, only milestones along the way. There are no stops. Because when we stopped, our skills and knowledge also ceased to grow. There is no finishing line, so we need to reinvent it ourselves, time and time again in order to stay relevant in the world we're living in today. In order to be that person we always wanted to be.
Can we have some example on how it's done?
Remember the profile that you made earlier? Let's use that for an example. This is the result of your self-evaluation process for this year. Let's just say you decided to re-evaluate yourself within a 1-year scope. So you start making goals on what you want to achieve next year. Repeating the process for new evaluation and improvement, look back on your self-assessment, and start making future goals based on that assessment. Starting again from knowing the real you.
Well, I devise a 1-year plan for next year based on the information that I have with me today. It's not neat though, I just add in what came to mind.
How do we make sure that we follow through and stick to our goals? Most of the time, in the beginning, people gets easily motivated to do things, but wanes and waver as the time progresses. Let us take a look at the first goal. Looking for a partner? Seriously? Do you by any chance know how to approach this matter?
Try online dating? Maybe attending some social gatherings? I don't know. Maybe checking out the social media. Getting to know people and stuff. Or just do random things, and somehow, get lucky. Well, any suggestion?
I would like to share with you the 3 most important innate qualities that we, as human beings, possessed. They are attitude, skills, and knowledge. If you harness, utilize and develop these three qualities within you, you would be unstoppable in whatever you do. To wrap it up, not only that's it important for you to appreciate your values, contributions, and how to elevate your quality higher, as you go further. You also need to constantly reinventing yourself in this fast-paced world flow. Keep improving. Keep updating. The world is forever changing.